This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to the exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Okay. How's everyone doing? It's Stay Salty, and again, this game's not suitable for children. We are playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Who knew I would be saying that? But, let's just get straight into it. Enter your name. Okay, so I guess we have to enter a name then. I'll just name myself just my username, just Stay Salty. Cause, what else would I name me? What else would I name it? Hey! Okay, so it's this type of game. I have to read dialogues. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Okay, so childhood friend then. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I feel like she has depression, but if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha. I don't even know how to say that. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled, with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Seriously, did I? I don't know, Sayori, did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Well, yeah, because it's a friend. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Are you exposing me? Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What is a NEET? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. Okay, this game's kind of interesting, actually. Like, it's very interesting. Oh, okay, yeah, NEET means not in education, employment, or trading. Well, thank you for telling me this. Nope, no promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah. I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Because it's your friend. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Yeah, that's awkward. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Why are you insulting me? You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought you know. Know what? Am I gonna join your club? Well, that you could come to my club. I called it! I called it! Sayori, you're my best friend, and I knew you would probably do that. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Mimi. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Okay, that's not bad, actually. Vice president? Not bad. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title, quote-unquote, vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Okay, so you lied. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Who's Natsuki? Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Okay, and thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Let me save. Can I save? Can I save? Yes, I can. Okay. Save game. Because I actually want to save. Oh, it autosaves. Well, I'm still save just in case it doesn't autosave. Okay. Here we go. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Yeah, I glance around the room. Hello! Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Well, yeah, because I'm a friend. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Is this a gold club? Is this really a gold club? Ah, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. That's great! What are you looking at? I'm not looking at anything. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Oh, okay, so the pink hair girl's Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. The pink hair. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Even though all these people in this video game is over 18, and it said that before we even started this video, but yeah. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. So she's a cook? You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Oh, come on. I'm not that rude to do that. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Like you. And this is Yoi, the smartest in the club. Okay, so the purple hair girl is Yoi. Don't say things like that. I feel like you made her embarrassed. Yoi, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Okay, so that's Monica then. So it's just you four, I assume? It's great to see you again. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of our league. Out of my league, I think that's what it said. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. I feel like she likes me that way. I feel like she likes me more than just a friend. Sayori over here just being like this. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The goals have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yori walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yori opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Well, yeah, because it's my friend. I'd rather sit with someone I know compared to a stranger like Monica. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. It ain't really, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first and Monica I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Someone likes food then. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? Yeah, to see if I even like her cookie. Oh, cooking. I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this summer before? Question mark. No. Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you, no. You dummy. Alright. Okay, you're calling me a dummy. Thanks. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yoi returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Well, don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot tea of cup help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yoi's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted Yoi looks away. Why do all these girls embarrass Yoi? I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yoi faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Sayori made me do this. I was afraid of this question, yeah. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Like I said, I was forced here. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Okay, so Monica's the president then of the literature club. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. I can't even stand politics in general. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yoi also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone, enthusiastically agrees. Such different goals, all interested in the same goal, literature. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Because our character's obviously a guy then. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. How about manga? Because apparently I like anime. There you go, manga! I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly pokes up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yoi's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yoi? Well, let's see. Yoi traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yoi goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so resolved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yoi might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yoi. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her arms on her shoulders. Well, Sayori's a good friend of Natsuki. I'm not cute. Natsuki's trying to be intimate. She's, I don't know, she seems to act tough, but really she's not. She's like, I don't know why, but this literally reminds me of Tay. I'm sorry, Tay, if you see this video, but yeah, this literally makes me think of you. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. This also makes me think of my one friend as well. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yoi? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yoi. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yoi look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. And what's that? I don't know how to make a poem. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought you all, I'm defenseless against these goals. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Oh, come on, bro! You simpin'! Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. I gotta say, me, the main protagonist, is literally lucky to even get in a actual club with 4 girls. That's all I gotta say. Especially when it's literature. What guy do you know would even do literature in real life? I'm just saying. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super mad. Yes, that was actually the case, and I'm not gonna say that it was. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting as we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself, EE. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up the food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the 2 of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? I guess you'll have to find out. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. And probably get someone, yeah. My protagonist is a simp for these women. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Even though you don't know how to write a poem properly. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Why is it only Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki? Where's Monica? Okay. I guess we're not doing Monica. Okay, so it's whatever, like... What if I do fantasy? Oh, okay, so Natsuki likes fantasy. Oh, okay, I see. So it's whatever suits the people. Okay. Giggle? Okay, it's going mainly to the middle. What about Haw? Okay, Haw is Yoi's. What about Infinite? Okay, I think it's like complex words that is... Maybe Climax? Oh, okay, I'm kind of getting it. Cage, Pain, what are these random things? How about Eternity? Okay, it's mainly going to Natsuki. Extraordinary. Okay, that went to Sayori. Death. Why did it went to you? Games. Oh, okay, that's Natsuki. Question. Depression? Anxiety? Yo, you're going very deep into this, don't you think? Vivid. Uncontrollable. We're not gonna talk about that. Yeah, this is definitely not suitable for children with that word right here. Charm. Okay, Vertigo. I don't even know. Uncanny? Disoriented? I think it's going mainly to... Yeah, it's going mainly to Yoi by the seams of it. Determination. What about melancholy? What about milk? Okay, that's Natsuki. Lust. And there's one more. Okay, I kind of want to do Starscape. Okay, so I think it mostly went to Yoi. So I think we did a poem that is in Yoi's category. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. I wanted to join the anime club! And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Okay, Natsuki is threatening me. Natsuki, you currently have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Well, why is it that all four of these girls want to embarrass each other? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Honestly, yeah, I feel that same way too. Monica, manga. Monica, manga. Imagine saying that 5 times. Manga is literature. I can kind of agree. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Stay Salty always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. I still think Sayori has depression. And you almost set your house on fire once. Yikes. Is that so? I guess you suck at cooking. You two are really good friends, aren't you? Yes, childhood friends. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Stay Salty can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yeah, Yoi is like introvert by the seams of it. Because of the posture with like the hair grab. I feel like, yeah, one of them has anxiety. I think that's Yoi. Oh, Yoi even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Hey, I'm sorry, Yoi, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Pleasant surprise? It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yoi reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you want it. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She's awkward. She's shy. It's normal. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yoi, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Why did I say phew? Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yoi's face is always buried in a book. Well, Yoi's face is already buried in the book, it says. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closets. I'm really curious to talk to Yoi a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of a book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. I'm not gonna say that word. It says crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes met for a split second. Yeah, she's awkward. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... Ah, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Yeah, okay. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yoi isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Yeah, Yoi likes me this way, instead of just a friend. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yoi closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yoi made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark tone came from nowhere. Yoi gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? I think it's a horror book is what she just gave me. No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yoi is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonists, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Yeah, you are. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize, I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Aww. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to yours. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive? I don't even know what that even said. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yoi means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yoi is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over, it looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sigh. I was just, Yoi, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sigh. I mean, here, this should work right. I slide my desk until it's up against Yoi's desk, then hold my book more between the two of us. Ah, I suppose so. Yoi timidly closes our own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I used my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page here. Oh! Illustration art! Yoi takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yoi slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Like I said, it's a bond. It's more than friends, I feel like. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yoi's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sigh. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yoi's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yoi no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yoi, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of there's so much reading, I just can't, okay? They're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yoi remained silent for a moment. There was so much reading in this game. Is this just gonna be reading? But that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay everyone. Yo, Monica, you just came out of nowhere. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah. Yoi exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yoi? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yoi releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it to you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out the poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yoi. There's so much reading, I can't. Reluctantly comply as well, reaching into the bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay. There was so much reading in this game. I feel like this is just gonna be a game where it's just reading. Like, dialogue after dialogue. Like, it seems like it. Let me actually, can I? Oh, I can't, like, do anything. Hold on. I want to see what history does. Oh, so it's like of what they just said. And I could scroll up of what they said earlier in case I miss it. Okay, that's useful. I kind of want to save here. Again. Just because. There we go. Okay, so who should I show my poem to first? There's a bunch of reading in this. Like, I'm sorry if it's not interesting for gameplay, but hey. I kind of want to do... I want to do Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah, don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimate you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Ah, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yoi likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yoi likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that efficiently, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. I think I said that wrong. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yoi has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. I want to do it the way you want, Monica, but it's like you're not even in the thing. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I feel like I have to. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. It's an actual poem I did, okay. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already sourced with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very free-form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Oh, it's Monica's poem! Ah, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. I probably said that wrong again. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful, yes. Especially with my voice holding right now for maybe almost 15 minutes of me talking. What was the inspiration behind this one? To do gameplay of Doki Doki, which this is gonna be a long video of me reading. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. I swear I cannot pronounce things because I am reading way too much. It's been influencing my poems a bit. And epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Okay, I kinda wanna do Yoi's because it's aiming towards Yoi. As Yoi reads the poem, I noticed her eyes lightened. Exceptional. And what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yes, you did. Yoi first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face in embarrassment, probably. He's going to hate me, is what Yoi thinks. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yoi? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yoi takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before, really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really, huh? Yoi stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yoi trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yoi finds her train of thought, it's as if her diameter totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yoi is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Maybe to all of us. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yoi smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? That is... okay, I'm glad that it's short, because I do not want to keep reading. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm breathing. Ain't of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Oh man, that is so great. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Listen, I can barely read cursive. I'm lucky enough to even read cursive sometimes. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked your poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it, I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yoi? Hugh? I say yeah. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really. I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in the work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbiotically compared to a ghost. Yeah, I really cannot pronounce things right now because I have been talking for 50 minutes. Lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive, eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you. Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? I'm gonna do Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's insulting. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? I think that's literally the case. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Okay. I'm not going insane. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I'm surprised it actually went well with the song that's playing right now. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it because it's catchy. What? Just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. I mean, I almost couldn't take it serious. It was catchy, but isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end and then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line, so you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? We'll do this one, and then I'll just end the video, and then we'll do a part 2, because this is too long. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the classroom. Oh, well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise, see? It's like I said before, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. And... okay. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad, I want breakfast. I feel like that is depression. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you, really. Yeah. Especially that last line. I want breakfast. I made eggs and toast. Even though you weren't late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yoi and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yoi smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did. By the way, Sayori liked it and I did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing skill. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I came across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Okay, I feel like this is gonna go bad from here. I'm just gonna end the video here, because this video is very too long. And I liked my poem too, you know. Yep, I liked her poem as well. Yep, this is definitely gonna go downhill. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video right now, and I'll see you guys in part 2 of Doki Literature Club. A lot of reading, I know. Bye!